Hi, bigtractorpower fans. This video comes to you from a freshly harvested soybean field located in western Kentucky, where big Case IH Quadtrac and RowTrac Steiger tractors are working on subsoiling the ground with Case IH 2500 inline rippers. This subsoiling process is an important part to the growing season in this region of the country. The inline rippers are working 16 inches deep down in the ground, fracturing compaction that has been created by multiple passes by heavy farm equipment that has run across this field during the year. It takes high horsepower tractors to work this ground to break up the compaction because this field has raised 2 crops in 1 year. In June, there was a crop of winter wheat that was harvested by combines, tractors, and grain carts. Then a second crop of soybeans was planted directly behind the combines on the field, which was then harvested in the month of October. That's a lot of traffic working its way back and forth across the field, raising and taking these crops in. In this video, I will share with you the subsoiling process and its importance to raising crops, as well as showing the big combines, tractors, and grain carts that harvested the wheat and soybeans in this field before the tillage began in the fall, as well as the corn planting process that will follow in the spring. Let's head out to the field now so you can see and hear all this big tractor action. There's a lot of traffic that takes place in a field when double crop soybeans are raised in just a few months. It begins with the winter wheat harvest in June, with big combines, tractors, and grain carts running across the field taking the crop off. The weight of these machines begins to compact the soil. As the combines are harvesting the winter wheat crop, the farm's tractor and planter follow right behind, no-tilling in the second crop of soybeans. The tractor and planter compact the soil just a little bit more as they put the new crop in the ground. In October, the second crop of soybeans has matured, and the same combines, tractors, and grain carts that harvested the winter wheat on this field in June return to take in the double crop soybeans. These big machines add more compaction to the field, following the same path that they took back and forth across the field during the harvest earlier in the year.
We can see the big tractor doing what it's built to do, and that is heavy tillage. It's pulling a 9-shank Case IH 2500 inline ripper. It's equipped with a Great Plains caddy. This tractor does not have a 3-point hitch, so the caddy helps raise this implement up when the tractor is ready to turn around. With the dry conditions that we're having in western Kentucky this fall, this 9-shank ripper is really putting this big tractor to work. The ground is extremely hard. You can see the ripper working its way through the ground, and it's so hard it's tripping it here on the headland. The 9-shank Case IH 2500 ripper shatters compaction in the soil and loosens up the field while leaving residue. With a 620 horsepower tractor in front of it, it can really work up some ground. And even though we're having drought conditions here in western Kentucky, you can see this big ripper is getting through even the hardest ground up here on the headlands and completely fracturing the soil. Winter rains and snow will mellow out the field, and it'll look almost unplowed and very smooth in the spring, and then a turbo till will run across the ground and smooth it out, and then it'll be planted with a Case IH 2150 high-speed planter.
By the springtime, this field hardly looks like any tillage took place in it during the fall. The winter weather has mellowed out the ground, and now the turbo till is running across the field, mixing in the wheat and soybean residue with the soil to prepare the seedbed for the corn planter. The corn planter puts the new corn seeds in the ground, and this mellow seedbed will allow the roots to grow deep and soak up nutrients and moisture to produce a healthy crop of corn when it's harvested in the fall. I hope you've enjoyed spending some time in this western Kentucky field learning about the subsoiling process for seedbed preparation, as well as seeing and hearing these big Case IH Quadtrac and RowTrac Steiger tractors at work with the 2500 inline rippers. Does your farming operation begin preparing the ground for next year's crop with fall tillage? I'd like to hear about the tractor and implement that you're working the ground on your farm with in the comment section below this video. If you've enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. As always, thank you for watching.